Who's a fat boy?
Podcast Fat Boy.
Oh, hello, I am back. I am back from Maui, my Hawaiian friends. Isn't it? And just like that, just like after I finished The Sopranos, much later after the show aired, you know, riding that high, James Gandolfini died very soon after I finished the show. And as soon as I get back from Hawaii, the guy who made the Hawaiian pizza died. Okay, like one of my favorite pizzas. And here's another thing. He was a guy from Toronto who came up with the Hawaiian pizza. They weren't doing it in Hawaii. I went to a pizza place in Hawaii and I asked them about it, and they didn't seem to really care. They're just like, yeah, like I think it's a thing there now, obviously, but you know, it didn't start there. You know, it was a clever fellow in Hogtown who said, why don't we put a little fruit on this pizza? I'm getting a little tired of this salty feeling. I want a little sweet. And what better to go with the sweet than a little bit of classic ham, you know? Put a little ham and a little pineapple, and let's throw her on a pizza. And everyone thought he was crazy. And people to this day still do. Oh, I don't like pineapple on pizza. That's nuts. What are you going to put on a next pear? Apple? Avocado? It just melts? Just turns into some kind of green butter? No. You know, no one's done it yet. But, you know, I do implore the next fellow, the next Hawaiian pizza fellow, to take another great pizza and you know, and put some kind of fun fruit on it. Banana, you know, plantains. I'm sure someone's done that. Orange and jerky, orange jerky pizza, and we'll call it the Hamilton Slinger. That's what I'm hoping for. So rest in peace to him. I'm back from Maui. It has been almost actually 2 weeks since I've come back. And, you know, I wanted to record both of them there. But really, after I recorded the first one in Maui, we had 3 days left. And we were so jammed with excursions, I had no time. I was getting up at 6:30 every morning. I was in bed by 10:30. I was exhausted. I was barely drinking. It was like, what's next? You know, we went to a luau. I got to try poi, guys. Remember in the last episode we were talking about poi? It's the Hawaiian dish that's like a puddle. It looks like a puddle. It looks like some kind of puddle. And we went to the luau, and obviously at the luau they roast a giant pig and have a huge buffet of Hawaiian food. And you know, you always think that you're going to a new place and, oh, well, this is food I haven't really had before, or they're doing it a different way. It's got to be really good, though, because, you know, it's their thing. And the food in Hawaii just really isn't that good. There is some stuff that's good. They do some fish dishes that are great. But overall, food not great. People are right. Food in Hawaii is not great. But I did try the poi. Boy, when I was in line for that buffet and I saw that poi just glistening and people were taking little dabs of it, and I was like, oh, baby, I'm going to take a whole salad bowl full of that sucker because I want to gulp it down, and I want to come down from the clouds and just, you know, I don't know, smash a spiritual ukulele over my head with appreciation. So that didn't happen. The ghost of Iz did not sit on me or anything like that. Get your head out of the gutter. But the poi was, how do I describe it? It's kind of tastes like nothing with a very little bit of sourness to it at the end, like the finishing taste, coutrement on your tongue. It was a little bit sour, but yeah, like I could have eaten it. It was fine, and actually it comes from a taro root, and I also at the luau had poi buns, which are, look like your typical dinner roll, but are purple buns. And they were good, and I didn't even realize that, my girlfriend had to tell me after, and I was like, what the hell are those purple buns? She's like, that was poi. You had more poi, boy. So yeah, we had the luau, and that was kind of a cool thing to see. Bit weird. The MC of the luau, you could just really tell that he does this every night, and he, he could just, he's not listening to the audience too much. He's on a roll. He had like like an MC from the 60s or something. Maybe that's what they're going for. Dancers were great, slightly out of sync dancers, but really good stuff, really hard to do in high heat. And, that was kind of what lit off the end of the trip there. And we went to, snorkeling at the Molokini Crater. We went in a helicopter to the island of Molokai. It's another Hawaiian island across from Maui. Oh my God, saw the tallest sea cliffs in the world. Unbelievable, beautiful. You just keep seeing so much beauty. You're just like, okay, like I'm ready to get back to the fucking city and see that beauty. And as soon as we got back, people were fucking swearing at us, and like we could feel the tension, and it felt right. It's like, this ain't no island. People ain't staring at mountains here. We just look at a fucking tower and that's it. And everyone's been hammered with rain and everything like that. So, yeah, you know what? I had a great time in Maui. I definitely recommend it. Just super cool stuff to do there. I do recommend going to the Kiawakapu Beach if you want somewhere quiet and like really nice, beautiful sand there. Of course, it was our favorite because we found out that's where all the celebrities like to go because it's not touristy. And, that's where Supermench fucking lives. If you've seen that documentary, he lives right beside the public access to the goddamn thing. I can't believe it. I was doing a change in the parking lot. I was shimming my bathing suit under a towel. Supermench was probably on the other side, watching Love Guru for the 50th time. Just because he loves Mike and he's a nice guy. Love Guru. Remember that? Oh, Jesus. I like the thought of, Mike Myers, after his dad passed away, went to Supermench's place and just chilled out there. And I would think he also did that after Love Guru, because, whoa, like, shit changed after that. There's an insanely large bug on my ceiling right now. Can't quite see what the fuck it is, but it's like, it looks like a beetle or something. I don't know what the hell it is, but, I'm very curious. Gonna try not to stare at that for the rest of the podcast. If you hear me, if it's like hard for, if you think I can't breathe, it is June. It is allergy season. If you are a seasonal allergy sufferer like me, it is in full effect. So we are, I'm getting the itchy eyes and the I'm doing that a lot. And it's a real pain in the ass. There's not much you can do about it. You can just, try not to huff pollen. Don't huff the pollen, okay? Once July hits, I start to feel a lot better, and I'm pretty much fine. That was the mistake I made. I went to Costco and bought like a year's supply of Reactin when I only need it for a month. Stupid. Now it's all expired, and it doesn't work as good. They are right with that shit. What is that fucking thing on my ceiling? Oh my God, I gotta look at it. Guys. But don't worry, I'm gonna ignore it. I'm gonna ignore it before it crawls into my fucking brain. Oh Jesus. We'll be right back. Oh my God, and we're back. Sorry about that, guys. That was a giant fucking spider that was on my ceiling. I have a little bit of a trauma from the spider because I saw one in Hawaii that was much bigger than that. It was probably 4 or 5 times bigger than that. But this one was pretty big for a Toronto spider. It was pretty big, so like I couldn't really handle it. And I had to dispose of it. I tried to be humane. I don't, people kind of frown on killing spiders now. They help with the bugs and whatnot and the circle of life, knick-knack, if you will. But I ended up crushing his at least a few legs off him. He might just be dazed. Maybe he just needs to sleep in the garden because I threw his carcass outside. He might rejuvenate. He might be okay. Oh my God. Just don't want him crawling in my head as I sleep, because that wouldn't be good for anyone. Okay. So anyways, I was talking about allergies and how horrible they are. I'm at peace with them now. This is my, pretty much that I can remember my 8th year, of having allergies. So, if you're out there and you are a seasonal allergy sufferer like myself, I got your back, I guess. So moving on, I'm back. I don't think we got lungworm, which is good. That was a big fear for us. Didn't get lungworm. If I did, thankfully it hopefully died in my brain and did not give me meningitis. So that's good. We were really careful. We were careful, okay, about washing our food and stuff. If you're going to Maui and you're, buying food and groceries and stuff off the side of the road, you gotta wash it. Don't eat anything raw from places like that. Just make sure you cook it well and you wash your greens and all that stuff in some soap and water. You gotta do it. You gotta be smart about that shit because they do have a problem there that they don't like to talk about because tourism is their main thing. They lose that, they're fucked. So I am back. The flight. Another thing I'd like to say about travel. It's important to move on the flight. On the way back, we took a red eye, had a layover. It was the worst experience. But that is what you get when you're paying $150 a flight, essentially. So, you get what you pay for as far as comfort. And I guess those red eyes are super cheap because, oh man, it was rough. And I didn't move much, and my feet just swelled right up. And it looked like it was like turning into a caveman by the end of the trip. Getting my luggage, I could barely fit my feet in my sandals. It was hell. It was hell being up for 28 hours or whatever we were. It was rough, my friends. It was rough. But I'm back now, and I only gained 3 pounds from the trip. That is pretty good. That's great. People usually gain 10 pounds when they go away on a trip. So obviously I was walking a lot and, eating decadently, but, not drinking too heavily. So I was happy about that. And I went on the trip to get some clarity and to kind of reassess my goals in life. And, I'm at that age now where, I'm having a bit of a midlife or a quarter life, let's say mid, fuck it. Midlife crisis. Midlife at 32. I kind of figured out some things that I want. And one, I really want to make this podcast have some, I want it, to have some improvements, like in my journey, because it's fun to do this weekly, and nothing really changes as far as my health goals, So I'm a little bit more motivated. And sit down while I say this, but yes, I have been going to the gym. That is correct. I renewed my membership, and I am back at the gym. Went today before I went out for dinner, which we'll get to in a second, and I am feeling great. Just going once. I'm drinking a lot more water, and I've got a goal, and that is in November. That is my birthday, and this is the year I have to renew my driver's license and my health card. So that means I got to get new pictures, guys. And let me tell you, the ones I have right now look like a very different me. A me that I've, never thought I'd get to, And I want to get back to, by that time, I want to be under 200 pounds for those pictures. I want to be under 200 pounds. That is my goal. And I am going to hit it, because I'm motivated to go to the gym and whatnot now. And also to improve my eating habits, not eating too much. But here's the thing. So tonight, I did go out for dinner, and I went to a pretty junky place. But here's the thing, is that it was a vegan restaurant. But you know how in cities now there's like the healthy vegan places or vegetarian places that have feels like you're eating fresh food and you're doing something. Oh, that was good. I finally ate healthy. And then they have the other restaurants that are vegan that are pure junk, like fast food, just no animal cholesterol. None of that's used, no eggs, just purely vegan, and they try to make it taste as much meatier food as they can. So this place we went to was called Doomies. I went with my friend Dan, who is a vegan, and he's a longtime listener of the podcast. And we went in there for the vegan Big Mac that they do. Now, the vegan Big Mac, if you go to Doomies in Toronto, they do not have it on the menu. So you just have to ask the waitress and say, hey, can I get the Big Mac? And she'll be like, no fucking problem. But yeah, it's not on the menu. So what we did a little critique of it at Doomies after we ate. We were so full. And we gave our piece, and I will take you to that little segment now.
Who's a fat boy?
I'm here at Doomies, which is a vegan junk spot on Queen Street, and I'm here with vegan fan of the podcast, Dan Scarfone. Dan, how long have you been a vegan for?
I've been a vegan for 6 years almost.
6 years. 6 years, and before that you were a vegetarian?
Yeah, probably for about 5 years, and then I was off in college. I was not a vegetarian. I decided to just eat Wendy's burgers every day, but before that another few years. So total 15 years or so.
Wow. So it's safe to say it's been a pretty long time since you've had a Big Mac from McDonald's.
Yeah, the last Big Mac I had was probably about 10 years ago.
10 years ago? Do you when I was a pescatarian, those of the podcast might remember from the early episodes, for 3 months, the first thing I ate was a Big Mac with tomato slices instead of patties.
Oh, yeah.
I said, hold the beef.
Was that my suggestion to you, or did somebody else tell you to do that? Oh.
Yeah, no, it was totally your suggestion. And I said, when I ordered it through the takeout, I said, can you hold the beef and put tomatoes? And they were like, what? Like, they do it, but they're just like, I don't think it's a popular choice.
It's disgusting. It's a complete waste. Yeah. You're eating just the soggiest bun with a shitty piece of tomato and some mac sauce on it.
It is pretty disgusting. It's just a mayo sandwich. But anyways, we're here at Doomies. It's a hot restaurant. There's one in LA apparently, and what they do here is it's not even on the menu. You just got to ask them. Oh no, I think we're good. Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Sorry, that was our waitress. Also vegan. Sorry, off the menu, you can order a Big Mac vegan style. So, Dan, what did you think of the vegan Big Mac?
Well, it's been, like I said, probably about 10 years since I've had
10 years.
A real Big Mac. I've had fake Big Macs that I've made before. I've had Big Mac flavored things. I've definitely done the tomato slice Big Mac. It's by far the best. It's disgusting. It's massive. It's the size of a double Big Mac.
Yeah, it's definitely humongous. The patties are huge, but I found the bun was good. I found the Big Mac sauce was good.
Outstanding. Cheese sauce is okay.
Yeah.
Kind of didn't really notice it because it's mixed in with the Mac sauce so much. It's not slices of cheese. It's just kind of like a liquid orange that you eat.
But we also started with vegan jalapeno poppers, and they were amazing.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, we recommend those for sure. Would you get the Big Mac here again?
I don't know. It's just huge and it's disgusting. And like,
it is
falling all over your hands and covering your face. Yeah. But yeah, I get it again.
Yeah, just come here with a real healthy appetite because I also upgraded the fries to like their chili bacon cheese fries or something, and yeah, it was all pretty intense. I'm feeling a bit lightheaded. I have to bike home.
Sweating.
I might vom. I hope not. But overall, now see the B12 starting to kick in, and I'm going to start juggling those construction cones.
Bouncing one on your head when you're riding your bike home.
We've been wanting to do this for like a solid year or so, and we finally did it. And this is pretty much a Big Mac podcast now. I talk about Big Macs all the time. I think I'd ask me when I'm hungry, I probably would get another one. Yeah. Right now, I'm just like I just keep reminding myself that I didn't have any cholesterol tonight, and that feels good.
I feel like it's a solid 8, 9 out of 10 for like just a filling, delicious kind of meal. Yeah. I don't want to eat one tomorrow, but tomorrow I'll probably want to eat one.
Yeah. You know? You've got a bit of leftover there. You got a couple pops that you can squirt in to your mouth.
I'll eat it on the bus.
Yeah, definitely. I would give this a solid 8 out of 10 for trying to be the Big Mac. I think it's pretty damn close.
Yeah, I think it's probably
close enough. Yeah. Close as you want to get, okay? Yeah. So, check out Doomies. It's on Queen Street. Now, back to Matt. So, there you have it, folks. We looks like we thoroughly enjoyed the vegan Big Mac. My only criticism is that, this is a Big Mac podcast. Obviously, I've talked about my love for the Big Mac, so I was pretty tough on it. Now, I did give it an 8, as you heard. I would say 7.5 to 8 now that I'm at home and thinking about it, because one thing that makes the Big Mac wonderful is that the patties are very thin. That's one thing I like. I don't like burgers usually with really thick patties. Not a big fan of that. That's one thing that I don't know if Doomies would ever improve on it. I don't know if they can make vegan burgers with a thinner patty. Maybe they need more of the mush to keep it all together. I don't know. But for me, I would make the patties a little bit smaller, make them thin. Because the burger it's a massive, massive burger. Definitely in the double Big Mac world. Which, who the fuck has time for that except for me when I'm stoned out of my brains and think I can just eat half of the world like it's a chocolate cone. We did that. I'm feeling okay after. The jalapeno pops were great. The place, it's got a weird vibe in there. It wasn't really what I was expecting. It's very bright fluorescent lights, white and black, and I think it could be a little more ambient. I feel like Toronto's pretty good at that. I feel like a lot of the restaurants here know how to do ambient, and in there it's kind of got the feel like they're turning the lights on, because the it's the end of the night. Get out. That's what it feels like. So didn't love being in there so much. Very glad that we took the window so we could look out and not really notice it. But the food is great if you're looking for a junky, junky fast food option that's vegan. Definitely check out Dooms for sure. Doomies. There's one in Los Angeles. If any of my LA friends are listening to the podcast, there's one there. You can check it out. The original. So I guess that's like a big thing now for even to get meat eaters into vegan restaurants, is opening up these junky ones that serve interpretations of the junky meals we get at pubs. And I'm all for it. I love vegan food, and there's definitely a difference in patty when you go from a vegetable to a beef patty, but it's better for you. You get a nice B12 shot, and I'm after I ate that vegan Big Mac, I was ready to pick up cars over my head and throw them, and I did just that. So yeah, check it out, I guess is what I'm saying. We talked about that. I guess the last thing I'll leave you with is, I just did a little, what was I talking? I feel like I was talking to my mom again. She's such a pro-drink milk person. She just stayed at my place and left milk here, and she was like, "Oh God, I feel so bad that I left that milk there, because I just know you guys aren't gonna drink it. It's just gonna go sour and die." It's true. I'm not gonna drink milk. I haven't drank milk in steadily in over 5 years, I would say. Go do the research. Drinking milk isn't good for you. I don't think kids should be given such copious amounts of it. And I found this article on CBC News talking about how does drinking cow's milk help children grow taller? Nutrition team finds 3-year-olds consuming alternative milks were 1.5 centimeters shorter on average. So those vegan parents, my nephew, his parents are raising him vegan, and so that means he will not be drinking cow's milk. Will he be 1.5 centimeters shorter than the rest of the kids on average? I can definitely understand that. I think there's a lot of hormones and stuff in milk, especially depending on what milk you're getting. Not everyone's getting it from some sweet old farmer who's giving you the good stuff that isn't full of additives. So yeah, of course milk is going to make you be taller and make you, turn you into a monster. But yeah, it even says in this article just how 3 cups of cow's milk is 100% of a toddler's protein for the day. Just 3 cups of milk and you don't have to worry about it. While milk alternatives like almond or soy or rice milk only have about 3 cups is only about 25% of their daily protein. You see, so a kid's got to be just sucking on milk all day? You can't get protein from anything else? There's other ways to get protein and calcium, much better ways. Calcium, you want calcium? Eat spinach, okay? Eat kale, eat broccoli, stuff like that. That is full of calcium, okay? And you're going to get fiber because you're eating food, you're eating vegetables. This obsession with milk, man, milk is just, I've talked about it. I have talked about it a lot on this podcast, but it's just such an insane industry to me. And, oh man, it is just, I really think that it leads to a lot of health problems when people drink too much milk. And yes, it can give you calcium, and it can, also, yeah, you know what? I've said it a million times. Just go do some research. Watch Fork Over Knives and all that shit. He'll tell you that, tell you the facts on good old milk. Can't even talk bad about that shit in America, man. You can get like sued. You can get thrown in jail. Such a huge industry. It's like oil. Milk and oil, baby. Throw a little honey on that milk and oil. So, anywho, I am back in the city. I am ready to finally have some real weight loss happening. Feeling pretty determined about it, guys. Feeling good, feeling confident. Gonna go to the gym again tomorrow and again the next day. And yeah, I'm going to keep it up, guys, because you know what? When I do these updates now, we're going to see some pounds off. So, oh, God, Doomies is coming up. Ugh. Thanks for listening, guys. Thanks to Dan for doing a little segment with me at Doomies. And I will see you next week. Mahalo, my friends. Shaka, 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 shaka.